High-performance game animation serves as a communication layer. Its primary goal is the instant transmission of gameplay data through movement. Executing this requires breaking standard skeletal joint limits, eliminating software-driven soft interpolation, and strictly allocating frame times to prioritize input response. Visual details often blur on small screens or during fast combat sequences. Prioritizing clear, readable silhouettes over physical accuracy ensures that the mechanical intent of every action reaches the player. This timeline represents a standard 60-frame animation cycle, divided into 4 phases: idle, wind-up, attack, and follow-through. Timing is heavily lopsided. Wind-up and strike are nearly instantaneous. Follow-through occupies the vast majority, ending at the cancel frame where new input is accepted. Because the actual strike flashes by in frames, the extended follow-through provides the necessary time for the player to visually register the weight and power behind the action. Default 3D software auto-tweens the gaps between keyframes, creating a mathematically even motion that appears floaty and weightless in a gameplay context. Animators must manually override this by snapping between key poses and holding extreme frames to create a sharp, kinetic cadence. The hit stop, the frame where an attack lands, is the most critical for readability. This pose must cross the body's centerline, twist the torso, and utilize asymmetrical limb placement to remain distinct from the background. Pushing joints past 180-degree limits and applying volume-preserving squash and stretch to the mesh further reinforces the physical stress of the impact. Visual impact in game engines requires deliberate mathematical distortion to overcome the limitations of default software smoothing. Every exaggerated pose must perfectly align with the engine's invisible collision hitboxes, matching the actual damage radius. This applies to projectiles too. Shifting the rotation axis slightly off-center creates a chaotic, heavy wobble that communicates weight better than mechanical spins. To maintain clarity, developers use flipped animation to mirror asymmetrical characters when they change directions, ensuring their face and chest always remain visible to the camera. Tailoring movement to a fixed camera angle and specific collision data provides the player with maximum visual feedback and mechanical consistency. To summarize, exaggerate skeletal limits, snap your interpolation, hold the follow-through, align every strike with engine collision. Professional game animation requires the deliberate rejection of software defaults in favor of the player's perspective and the underlying game mechanics.